Bolvar versus Arthas. The new Lich King faces the old one. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most epic what-if scenarios in the World of Warcraft universe. Ever wondered what would happen if Bolvar Fordragon, the new Lich King, faced off against Arthas Menethil, the original Lich King? Grab your potions, mount up, and let's explore this legendary showdown. So picture this. The icy peaks of Icecrown Citadel shimmer under a bleak sky. Whispers of fallen heroes echo through the air, and an ominous chill runs down your spine. This is the realm of the Lich King, a name that has haunted Azeroth for generations. But here's the big question. What if the new Lich King went toe-to-toe with the old one? That's right. We're talking Bolvar versus Arthas in an all-out battle for the ages. Stick around because we're about to break it all down in a casual chat, just like we'd do over a cup of coffee. Or maybe a flagon of mead. First off, let's chat about Arthas Menethil. Remember him? Arthas started out as the Crown Prince of Lordaeron, a golden boy trained by none other than Uther the Lightbringer himself. He was a paladin destined for greatness, with a promising future ahead. He even had a thing going on with Jaina Proudmoore. Talk about Azeroth's power couple. But things took a dark turn when the plague of undeath started spreading. In a desperate attempt to save his people, Arthas made some, let's say, questionable decisions. The culling of Stratholme? Yeah, that was rough. He ordered the slaughter of an entire city to stop the plague. Morally gray? More like pitch black. Chasing the source of the plague led him to Northrend, where he found the runeblade Frostmourne. He thought it would help him save his people, but instead, it stole his soul. Next thing you know, he betrays his comrades, merges with the spirit of Ner'zhul, and bam! Arthas becomes the Lich King. From noble prince to the harbinger of doom. Quite the character arc, right? Now let's turn the spotlight to Bolvar Fordragon. Bolvar was a solid guy, a noble paladin and acting regent for Stormwind when King Valerian Wrynn was missing. He held things together, leading the alliance with courage and integrity. Then came the Wrathgate. If you haven't seen that cinematic, do yourself a favor and watch it. After this video, of course. At the Wrathgate, Bolvar led the Alliance forces against the Scourge. But things went south when the Forsaken's Putress betrayed everyone, unleashing a deadly plague. Bolvar was engulfed in dragonfire, and everyone thought he was a goner. Surprise! He survived, but not without consequences. Tortured by the Scourge and twisted by dragonfire, Bolvar took on a new purpose. When Arthas was finally defeated, someone had to don the helm of domination to keep the Scourge in check. Bolvar stepped up, becoming the new Lich King, not to conquer, but to contain. Talk about taking one for the team. So how do these two stack up against each other? Motivations. Arthas was driven by vengeance and a desire for power, even if it meant sacrificing his humanity. Bolvar, on the other hand, took on the burden out of sheer duty and sacrifice. He's like that friend who volunteers to clean up after the party while everyone else crashes. Personalities. Arthas became cold, ruthless, and disconnected from who he once was. Bolvar, despite his suffering, held onto his honor and sanity, at least for a while. Rule over the Scourge. Arthas wielded the Scourge as a weapon to dominate Azeroth. Bolvar used the Scourge to maintain balance, ensuring they wouldn't become an unchecked threat. It's a classic tale of power corrupting versus power contained. Pretty fascinating when you think about it. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Who's packing more heat in a fight? Arthas Menethil. Necromantic mastery. He could raise armies of undead without breaking a sweat. Frostmourne. This sword doesn't just cut flesh, it steals souls. Yikes. Undead armies. He had an almost endless supply of minions to do his bidding. Bolvar Fordragon. Dragonfire resilience. Remember that dragonfire at the Wrathgate? It burned him to a crisp, but also gave him immunity to fire and a whole new set of abilities. Psychic fortitude. Bolvar resisted the corruption of the helm longer than most could. Controlled command. He managed the Scourge forces without letting the power consume him, at least initially. So while Arthas had raw necromantic prowess, Bolvar brought a unique mix of resilience and mental strength to the table. Now, let's set the stage for this epic clash. Imagine an alternate reality where time wibbly-wobbly brings both Lich Kings into the same timeline. The battleground? Icecrown Citadel, naturally. The air is thick with frost and dark magic, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Strategies and tactics. Arthas. He'd probably go on the offensive, unleashing waves of undead and dark spells, using Frostmourne to try and break Bolvar's defenses. Bolvar. Being the resilient type, he'd focus on withstanding attacks, using his fiery abilities to counteract Arthas' ice-cold power. Key battle moments. Imagine Frostmourne clashing against Bolvar's hammer, sparks, or ice shards, flying, spells causing the very ground to crack. Undead armies colliding in a cacophony of battle sounds. Bolvar unleashing a torrent of dragonfire, forcing Arthas to shield himself with dark magic. It's the kind of fight that'd make the Titans pause their celestial duties to watch. So who would come out on top? Possible scenarios. Arthas wins. With his vast experience and the soul-stealing power of Frostmourne, he might overpower Bolvar, adding Bolvar's strength to his own. Bolvar wins. Bolvar's resilience and ability to withstand immense mental and physical torment could allow him to outlast Arthas, especially if he can exploit Arthas's overconfidence. Factors influencing the battle. Experience with the helm. Arthas had more time and was more deeply connected with the helm's powers. External interference. Heroes of Azeroth might step in. After all, they're not known for just sitting on the sidelines. Final verdict. Honestly, it's a tough call. Both have their strengths and weaknesses. Arthas has raw power and experience, while Bolvar has resilience and purity of purpose. It might just come down to who wants it more, or who makes the first mistake. But hey, that's just one opinion. The beauty of these hypotheticals is that they spark endless debates. If Arthas wins, we'd probably see a return to dark times. The Scourge would rampage across the lands again, and all races would have to unite, or hide, to survive. Major cities might fall, and the balance of power would tip towards darkness. If Bolvar wins, the Scourge remains in check, and perhaps Bolvar searches for a way to end the undead threat for good. There might be hope for healing the rift caused by years of conflict. Narrative implications. This battle could drastically alter the lore. Key characters might meet different fates, alliances could shift, and new heroes might emerge. It's like flipping the script on the World of Warcraft storyline. Endless possibilities. Now let's talk about what the community thinks. Alternate timelines. Some fans speculate about multiverse theories where different versions of characters exist, but the introduction of the Shadowlands, anything seems possible. What if scenarios are a staple in fan forums, and this matchup is a hot topic. Community opinions. Many players feel a deep connection to Arthas' story. It's tragic and compelling. Bolvar, while less explored, has gained respect for his sacrifice and mysterious aura. Quotes from fan forums. Arthas would wipe the floor with Bolvar. Frostmourne is just too OP. Don't underestimate Bolvar. His willpower alone could give him the edge. The significance of both characters. Both Arthas and Bolvar represent key themes in Warcraft: the cost of power, the weight of duty, and the fine line between heroism and villainy. They're not just characters, they're legends that have shaped players' experiences for years. So to wrap things up, we've journeyed through the backstories of two of Azeroth's most pivotal figures, examined their strengths, and imagined an epic face-off. Whether you're Team Arthas or Team Bolvar, there's no denying that both Lich Kings have left an indelible mark on the Warcraft universe. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, this hypothetical battle isn't just about who would win. It's about exploring the rich lore and complex characters that make World of Warcraft so captivating. Power, corruption, sacrifice. These themes resonate not just in-game but in our own lives, reminding us of the choices we make and their consequences. But enough from me. What do you think? Leave a comment. Share your own theories and who you think would win this legendary duel. Like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more lore discussions and fun Warcraft content. Share with friends. Got a guildmate who loves to debate Warcraft lore? Share this video with them. A big shout out to all the lore enthusiasts out there who keep these discussions alive. Next up, stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore the mysterious realms of the Shadowlands and what lies beyond the veil. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Until next time, keep your swords sharp and your wits sharper. Peace out.